First, I'm pleased to welcome a woman who has dedicated her life to support families of those who have lost their lives in the line of duty. Executive Director of the 100 Club of Arizona, Sharon Knutson-Felix. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Good to be here.
So we hear about the 100 Club. When you're driving down the freeway, you see these billboards saying, support the 100 Club of Arizona. What is the 100 Club of Arizona?
Well, the 100 Club is an organization, a nonprofit that supports our families of public safety. As you mentioned in your introduction, we support those families that have lost loved ones in the line of duty, but the 100 Club does so much more. Unfortunately, a lot of times people just know us for that because that's when we're most visible.
So Sharon, you're the executive director of this great organization that helps out all these fallen officers' families. How did you get involved?
Well, in 1998, my husband, Doug, a DPS officer, was killed in the line of duty. And Doug and I had lost a son 15 years earlier. And you know, when something happens like that, the tragedy happens, your family shows up, your friends are there. Of course, you know, your church friends, everybody, the community was there to support us. When Doug was when we lost Ricky, we had to go to the bank and borrow some money so that we could bury him. And I like to tell that story because after Doug was killed, the day after he was killed, I went and deposited a check instead of borrow money because the 100 Club knocked on my door. So when Doug lost his life, the 100 Club was there for me.
So now you're there for the 48 police officers and firefighters that have lost their lives here in the city of Phoenix. And it's amazing to hear that number. You know, I've been in the office, elected official, for the last 7 years. And since those 7 years, we've lost 6 police officers and 1 firefighter. That's sad.
It's very sad, and because we cover the state of Arizona, our numbers are so much greater than that. Of course, last year was the number that was beyond even comprehension. We lost 24 in the line of duty total in the state of Arizona with our police and firefighters.
Now, there's individuals that are watching right now saying, wow, how can I get involved? How can I support such a great organization like the 100 Club of Arizona? How can people get involved?
Well, there's lots of ways that you can be involved, and the way to find the most information would to be visit our website, 100club.org, and that's 100club.org. If you go there, you can sign up to be a volunteer. You could become a member and support us financially. You can find out about events that you could attend that would help support us. One thing I just want to really make sure that people know is that the 100 Club has so many other programs and support beyond when people die in the line of duty. Even if an officer or firefighter loses their life on a weekend off duty, or you know, some we lose to cancer or other non-duty related ways, we support their families also. We're there for them. If an officer or a firefighter loses a spouse, if they lose a child, we show up to offer our support during that time. We purchase equipment for non-budgeted items throughout the state every year. We give over $200,000 to help with equipment to keep our officers and firefighters safe. We provide scholarships for the kids of officers and firefighters, which is amazing. It's one way we can say thank you for their service without them having to die or to be injured in the line of duty, but just because of their service, their children and their spouses are eligible to apply. This year, we're awarding 108 scholarships, wow. $350,000. We've exceeded $1 million in equipment we've purchased, and well over $1 million, will be almost $2 million this year in scholarships. And now, when I started with the 100 Club, December of '01, we had existed 34 years. We'd given out $500,000. A little over a decade later, we've exceeded the $10 million. So we want to say thank you for those that support us. We continue to raise the level of support that we can give to our officers and firefighters. We can be there for them, be proactive, but we certainly can be their 911 call when something happens in their life.
You know, we had all these budget hearings throughout the city of Phoenix, and one of the number one things that we heard out there is don't cut our police officers, don't touch our firefighters, we need them. we need more police officers, we need more firefighters. And it's just such a great support that the community has. And sometimes people want to go beyond that. They want to help out. And what a great organization like the 100 Club of Arizona to get involved, to volunteer. And it's just incredible, the hundreds and hundreds of people that are coming out through your contacts and your volunteer list, and people that are just willing to give their time. And we're saying, wow, the resources that you all have, it's just amazing. And this really came out of a grassroots effort. They were saying, Michael, we really need to honor these men and women that put on the uniform every day, that risk their lives, and we should have some type of a celebration, not just celebrating the individuals that have fallen, but also the individuals that are still here and putting their lives on the line for us. So I just really want to thank you for everything the 100 Club has done so far to support just this little event that we're having, but also everything you do in the community. Is there any other projects or programs that people can get involved with?
Well, I do want to tell you thank you for recognizing the families. It's very important to them. And I believe if you talk to an officer or a firefighter on the street, they will say that they feel very comfortable knowing if something happens to them, that the city and the state will be there to support their families. And they know that a lot of that comes through the 100 Club and the support that we receive from the community. So we're so grateful. Over 50,000
Wow.
Public safety officers and firefighters in the state of Arizona. We cover city, county, state, federal, and our tribal agencies. And we also cover officers, firefighters, corrections, probation, parole. So we have a pretty large group of people that are serving us in the community, and we feel honored that we get to support them.
Well, thank you. One of the things that impacted my life big time as an elected official is when I went to my first funeral of a fallen officer. And it wasn't just the service, but it was after the service, the procession from the church to the cemetery, where we had citizens, families lined up on city streets with American flags, where we love you, thank you for your service, and we're here to support you. Miles and miles of people just lining up, and little kids saluting as the coffin passes by. And it's just powerful how we all come together as a community and we support our public safety servants. And today on this Memorial Day celebration, it's really about that, is just to say thank you. Thank the 100 Club, thank all the police officers, all the firefighters, and all the individuals that are in our military today serving to protect our freedoms that we have today.
My son just got out of the Army, so I'm a
wow.
proud military mom, proud of his service and 2 tours that he did for our country. But I will tell you that we support officers and firefighters if they're called to active duty. So when we've lost them in Iraq or Afghanistan, we've been there for their families also.
Thank you so much. And, get involved, support the 100 Club of Arizona, because they support our community. I just want to thank you, Sharon, for everything that you do, and all the community for coming out.
Thanks for having me.